Brazil player ratings, newspaper style, okay? Okay.
Alisson, I'll give him a 7. He wasn't at fault for the goals and made 2 good saves in the match.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6 or 6.5, 2 good saves, but he couldn't prevent Norway's goals.
Yes. Danilo, right back, I'll give him a 5-5. He had a chance to shoot, but ended up missing it. A normal match, but he didn't stay tight to Haaland. He could have deflected the second goal. I'll give him a 5-5.
Danilo, for me, 4. He didn't support up front and marked weakly on Haaland's second goal. Good.
Marquinhos had a solid match, wasn't at fault for the goals, maybe on Norway's second goal. I'll give a 5 for Marquinhos as well.
Marquinhos, for me, a score of 6, 6.5, man. He had a good performance. He would get a better score if the defensive system had worked better on Norway's goals.
Gabriel Magalhães made a mistake on Norway's first goal, on Haaland's goal, the first goal, right? Yeah, it's hard to mark Haaland. He was having a really good game. He was really doing well. It was a good match, but he let Haaland get in front of him and score Norway's goal. For me, then, a 4, 4.5.
I'll go with a 4, 4.5 as well. He was doing really well, consistent, winning most of the duels with Haaland, but he failed in the crucial moment, the play that made it 1-0 for Norway 4.5.
Yes, so left back, Douglas Santos played like he did in the Cup. Solid, nothing much to say. He didn't make any mistakes, but he also didn't do anything up front. Couldn't make any overlapping runs. Score is 5-5.
I'll give Douglas Santos a 5 since he didn't stand out, similar to his performance throughout the World Cup.
Casemiro, it wasn't a bad game from Casemiro. No, he even had some good moments in the match. He drew the penalty. I'll give Casemiro a score of 6.
I'll also give Casemiro a 6. I think this was his best World Cup game.
Yeah, we've seen some games where Casemiro was way below his level, and today wasn't one of those, right? Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes, man, he was playing well, but he missed the penalty, right, man? You have to score the penalty, so I'll rate him a 5.
I'll give him a 6, man, because Bruno created well and took on the playmaker role, like in the second half against Japan and again today. But he missed a penalty that could have changed the game and possibly Brazil's fate in this World Cup.
Yeah, and it was really cruel because he was definitely one of Brazil's best players in this World Cup. Yeah, Martinelli, man, I'm going to give Martinelli a 5.5. He was involved in the game a lot, okay? Yeah, he did what Ancelotti asked. I actually thought Brazil played better in the first half than in the second. Usually we play better in the second half, but I thought Brazil was better in the first half. Martinelli did his job. How much did I give him? 5.5?
Yeah.
All right, man.
I'm going to give Martinelli a 5 because I think actually the tactical role expected of him was kind of confusing. I think he delivered, fought, battled. He wasn't brilliant, so I'll give him a 5.
Yeah, Brazil's attack. So Rayan on the right, Rayan was lacking a bit, right? Rayan needed a little more personality to really go forward, to not be afraid. Yeah, I'm going to give Rayan a 5 today.
5, I'll give Rayan a 3 because he was really absent in this game and was already missing in the first half against Japan. Today he was playing in his more typical position. There, on the right wing. No, I didn't like Rayan's performance. I felt like something was missing. It lacked spark. It wasn't about effort, but there was no presence, no drive to take on the opponent, maybe a lack of confidence. So I think Rayan was missing today. My rating is 3.
Vini Jr. for me was the best player of the match. He tried the hardest, never gave up, kept pushing, created chances, and nearly scored, but the goalkeeper made a good save. We're looking over here, watching the highlights. So Vini Jr. played a match worthy of the World Cup. He gave a pass to Ender, it was for Ender to score. That pass from Vini was incredible, so he did really well. My rating, I'll give Vini a 7, 7.5.
Yeah, man, I'm going to give Vini an 8. I'll take some poetic license here. 8 for the match. I think he played well, but also for everything he did overall, for the World Cup he had. I think there were high expectations and many questions about Vini taking the lead for Brazil, especially with Neymar's situation. I believe he handled it brilliantly. Yeah, I was the guy who, I admit, had some doubts about Vini on the Brazilian national team. I have no problem saying that, man, I was proven wrong, and that's a good thing. And may Vini still have a lot to give for the Brazilian national team. I hope he's flying high at the next World Cup.
Matheus Cunha draws the penalty, but plays a very quiet game. I'm going to give Matheus Cunha a 5. Yeah, he scored some goals in the Cup, but our striker taking corner kicks, that's tough, right? We need a guy like Haaland. Or even, I'll mention Igor Thiago because the technical difference is huge. But You know, you need a striker with a bit more of that true striker characteristic.
What score did you give?
Score 5.
Ah. Are you done? I'm done. Let me interrupt. Man, Matheus Cunha for me is a 4.5 because like he drew the penalty and nothing else. He was kind of like a ghost out there in the game. He couldn't deliver what was expected of him as a striker or even as a false nine. So, no, he didn't create, he didn't show up in the box to finish the plays like often, right, except for that penalty play. So, 4.5, which I think pretty much sums up Matheus Cunha's World Cup, you know? He scored 3 goals throughout the Cup. He played in the Cup, but I expected more from Matheus Cunha.
And I also think like he was actually doing well in Ancelotti's team, but that's not an excuse. Okay, you guys might like Matheus Cunha, but I don't think he's the kind of player at the level to be a starter in a World Cup. We have a few like that, but I don't think so. I think we're close to having a number 9, you know? Yeah, I expected, okay, he scored 3 goals, that's not so bad, but still I expected more. It's not his responsibility either, right? He drew the penalty there. Wow, Brazil, how did Brazil miss that opportunity? Come on, no.
The substitutes, real quick.
Go quickly. Danilo, Andre, Hendrik.
Hendrik, right, first to come in.
Man, I'd give him a 4. Hendrik missed a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Can't do that. That's why he was subbed in. First touch, first chance. He should have scored. He's got that star quality. He should have made that goal, and it would have been 1-0 man. We missed a great opportunity, so I'd give him a 4.
Man, for me, it's a 3 exactly because of that. He's the guy everyone was waiting for, everyone was asking for. He had the game-winning ball at his feet and missed it, so it's a 3 for Hendrik.
And Danilo also, I'd give him a 4. He played badly, didn't manage to help Brazil, was timid, didn't attack, defended poorly, didn't make a good impact. I think Neymar coming on also wasn't that good, so it's a 4 for Danilo.
Did you already rate Neymar 2?
No, Neymar, go ahead.
You start. Okay, so let's go. Danilo 3, he was really poor when he came on, lost the ball a lot, didn't win most of the duels, and anyway, his entry ended up being decisive for Brazil's drop in performance, and Neymar 3 as well, man, just like Neymar. He came in poorly and wasn't the Neymar we expected, but he still scored the penalty at the end and argued with the goalkeeper. A melancholic farewell for Neymar from the Brazilian national team. For me, a score of 3.
Yeah, I'll give Neymar a score of 4 because he scored the penalty, then argued with the goalkeeper. Yeah, he came in nervous too, right? Then Brazil concedes a goal. He gets even more nervous. Then he starts arguing, starts causing problems in there. Almost gets into a fight. Yeah, really Neymar style, that angry attitude, you know, like, yeah. I didn't like his attitude. He didn't need to act that way. He scored the goal and still taunted the goalkeeper. I'd give Neymar a 4. And I think that pulling...
Carleto, yeah, Ederson gets a dash, right? Ederson gets a dash. Yeah?
Dash. And now our coach, Ancelotti, left something to be desired today. Yeah, I don't think he picked the wrong lineup. I think Martinelli there too. You saw Danilo came in and he probably wasn't training as well as he thought. Danilo did well in the friendlies, right? So for me, yeah, that's my take. 4.
Man, Ancelotti for me gets a 5, and I'm being generous here because, yeah, like 3 for today's game. I think his substitutions were decisive for Brazil's drop in performance and a 7 for the overall body of work in the Cup. I think that might even be a bit much, but that's okay. Because with the players he called up within the system he understood for the Brazilian national team, he gave us a way to play. I don't prefer this style of play, and neither do you, but it was effective. Even against a mid-level team like Norway, they could have won. Then playing this way, reactively without the ball, giving Norway plenty of space to play. Yeah, Brazil had the chance, didn't convert, and now we're seeing Ancelotti leaving, and let's hope he has better luck for the 2030 World Cup.
That's what we hope for.